the greatest of all time, has come back after a 40-day hiatus, a 40-day trip with life as a retired human. Tom Brady has decided, get me the fuck back into some sort of goal-oriented business. After he watched Cristiano Ronaldo, just one game removed from being benched for Manchester United, score a hat trick and then meet him afterwards, we saw a photo hit the internet of Tom watching from the stands. There's a man who's saying, I fucking hate this. Not the soccer game itself. I assume he appreciates and respects great athletes doing their thing. But sitting around all these people, probably a bit boozed up, in awe of what's going on the field. Then he sees Cristiano Ronaldo, who I don't know if he was friends with before. I'd assume they know each other pretty well. Go out and dominate at the age of 37. Put on a show. Kind of display all the hard work that Cristiano puts on behind the scenes for that moment for all those people to go crazy. Tom Brady sitting amongst the people who are going crazy. My time in the stands will come, he actually said.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to still be out there. These drunks have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And I am nowhere near this stage of my life yet. Yeah, there was a parent-teacher conference on Friday that was a bit interesting because we ended up playing rock, paper, scissors against each other. And yeah, doing the laundry and taking the groceries in and everything, that's a lot of fun. But what the hell am I trying to dominate today? Why am I eating avocado ice cream still? What is this stretch routine still happening for? I'm retired. No, I'm not. And remember, just 3 days after his retirement was announced, there was a little bit of rumblings because his Let's Fucking Go podcast with Jim Gray on SiriusXM, which should not cause enough ripple effects, I don't think. Through the year. Maybe they'll. Yeah,
next year.
Maybe next year. But in that one, he basically, it didn't sound like, oh, that guy's retired. The conversation about Tom Brady not actually being retired happened immediately after Tom Brady announced he was retired. Everybody just assumed that burning competitive desire would drive him back to the field. And then none of his words were like, yeah, I fucking hate football. I'm done with football. It just felt like he was going to be back. I'm happy for it. Now, a lot of people are questioning, what was this even all about then? Did he really ever really want to be retired? Or what's all this other shit for? Is this a bigger play? Oh, he's trying to get to San Francisco so he can go play for the team that he loved growing up as a child. Who knows what the case is? What I do know is the game's better when Tom's playing. Excited that he's here. I thought he was maybe going to go to the booth or some other business and dominate. I assume he'll do both of those at some point in his life. He's back playing football for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were able to keep Ryan Jensen off the market. They were able to keep a couple other plays. Let's assume Gronk is going to go back there. They did lose an offensive lineman. Kappa guard is going to the Cincinnati Bengals. And that is what today will bring. So Tom saying yesterday he's going back to Tampa Bay was, I think, in hopes of keeping people out of this legal tampering period because they have a lot of unrestricted free agents as starters down there. He had to give the bird call to everybody. Hey, you're probably already thinking about what your deal's going to be at the next place. Just want to let you know I'm coming back. We can run this back one more again if you'd like to. And that's what Tampa has to figure out. When Carson Wentz left the Indianapolis Colts and went to the Washington Commanders, they remained at 60-1 the entire time. 60-1. Pre-Commander Carson, 61 post-Commander Carson. So the sports books, the odds makers, the people that are in charge of making a lot of money for the sports books, who have to handicap and put proper pricing on things so they don't lose their ass. That's their entire world every single day, every single week. Futures bets are a big deal. No change at all. That's why whenever you see like what happened when Tom Brady went and saw Cristiano Ronaldo score 3 goals and said, I'm coming back, the Bucks went from 28-1 to 7.5-1.
Jeez.
Okay, that's called swinging the needle, pal.
Yeah.
That's called, oh shit, we ain't letting this guy fucking take us for money again. So Commander Carson goes over, 0 change. Mitchell Trubisky goes to Pittsburgh. Odds get worse for the Steelers. Tom Brady goes back to the Buccaneers. They go from 28 to 1 to 7.5 to 1. That is what you call a big-time switch. Now, does that scare you at all, Tone, with how much respect you have for odds makers like John over there at FanDuel saying, oh, team just got worse signing Trubisky?
No, I've got a chance to meet and talk to these people, and they don't know their ass from a hole in the wall, so I'm not worried about this at all. It's just better value.
Hell yeah.
You've met the guy. I can't wait for the next time you talk to him to
I'll tell him.
That's fucking classic.
Yeah. Smack him right in the mouth.
Mitchell Trubisky, this team got worse. Oh, my God. We thought they were potentially going to get... Yeah, who did the bookmakers think that was going to be quarterback? Right. Mason?
Well, it was originally 7,000, and then a lot of people jumped on that value. Me. And it went to 5,500 last few weeks, and so they probably just went back to 7,000.
It's for the people. They're doing it for the people. Like, hey, if you missed it just a couple weeks ago,
here's the deal.
We're back in it if you want. Now. But we will move it back to 55. That's awesome. That seems like that's what sports books and FanDuel does.
They do.
How about the Tom Brady movement, though?
Absurd.
28 to 1 to 7.5 to 1.
Hey, they probably those people had the Bengals at 12,000 last year, though. So too.
That's got to be the biggest swing for one person signing in history of the NFL.
By far.
For sure.
Has to be. Aaron moves. There was a needle move when Aaron went back to Green Bay. I think they were like plus 140 to win the NFC North, and then he went to minus 220 after Aaron came back. So that's quite a swing. It's not 28-1 to 7.5 to 1 like what happened for the Super Bowl bet for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pre-Cristiano Ronaldo scoring 3 goals saying, what the fuck are you doing to Tom Brady? Post-Tom Brady signing back there. But there's a couple guys that I feel like the odds makers really respect, and I guess there's a couple people that they don't respect at all.
Well, and that's what's so interesting is like when Rodgers was kind of up in the air, the Packers odds still kind of, I mean, they never moved that much because I think people actually thought that he wasn't coming back. Like this does kind of just go to show too that like people thought Brady was done, because if they didn't, like this is a big hit.
How come everybody was saying, I knew he was coming back, I knew he was coming back? I guess we all talked about it and speculated about it, but none of us really actually thought he was coming back this soon, especially after Bruce Arians. Well, I think just like a lot of these guys wants a fucking name out there.
There was
you want to trade for Tom Brady? 5 fucking ones. Yeah, I mean, we'll leave the light on for that motherfucker if he wants to come back. And now he's coming back. It's like, was everybody just so sure he was coming back?
One guy was, I don't remember, we talked to Chris Andrews a while ago, who runs the South Point in Vegas. There was a guy who made a large bet at 50 to 1 on the Bucs to win the Super Bowl, 40 or 30 to 1 because they had to drop it, and then 25 to 1 because they had to drop it more. And then when Brady actually came back, they had to put it to like 3 to 1, lower than everybody else because they're fucked now.
You're saying last week?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, last week somebody bet 4 massive bets on Bucs futures. This isn't like months ago. Last week on like a Thursday, somebody bet 4 massive future bets on the Bucs. Damn. So everybody started, who's this person?
Yeah.
This person had to have known something, and then all of a sudden on Sunday, Tom Brady puts a tweet, I've tried this family thing. That day will come. It ain't now. Okay, Uber Tom is no longer as much fun as I thought it was. Parent-teacher conference, Tom, not as fun as I thought it was.
Oh,
hey, let's play tag in the middle of the day. Tom, not as much fun as I thought it was going to be. He comes all the way back, but somebody had a little bit of an inkling is what people are thinking out there.
Yeah, so Jeff Darlington or Jim Gray are about to make, what, $2 million off these bets? Is that actually how much money they're going to win?
I mean, at some point they'll find out, right? Somebody's going to have to collect on that if they end up winning. Imagine if the Bucs end up winning. From 28 to 1 to 7.5 to 1. Just like that. The books are like, oh my God, I got this motherfucker. Definitely sending Cristiano Ronaldo messages like, oh, you had to be so goddamn good on that one day.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
By the way, that was a game we should have known Cristiano was going to ball out. Yeah. It was just like the Kevin Durant in Philadelphia game. Fuck you, I'm Kevin Durant. Felt like that was that Philly game because he was on the Boardrooms podcast. I forget the name of the podcast. Anyways, he was on there, and he said, it's not normal that a regular season game looks like or feels like a playoff game. Like, I like that it feels like a playoff game. And it was like, oh, okay, this dude's about to be locked in.
Yeah.
And then the fuck Ben Simmons chants are out there and everything. And Kyrie locks down James Harden because they felt like James Harden did them dirty as well.
Right.
That felt like the most obvious. If we followed the soccer close enough, Cristiano Ronaldo got benched last game. Then we should have known, oh, this is the fuck you, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo game. He hit like a 120 kilometer per hour knuckleball top shed to score. Then Tom Brady's in the building.
Yeah.
We should have known.
The writing was on the wall.
We should have made money off the sport we don't know much about. But Tom definitely sitting up there amongst the English hooligans, seeing how they act during the game, and then seeing Cristiano dissect, definitely a part of the whole, I'm fucking done with this.
Yeah, for sure.
Get me back in the goddamn arena.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of both ways too. I bet his family was like, okay, we thought you were gonna like kind of take it easy and like actually be retired. Like, you're right. Like, get the fuck out of here. You need to go play football.
Yeah, we're all done eating this avocado ice cream if you're not playing. So get it out of the house.
Yeah.
Pick one.
And he's like, no, I got to stick with it. Got to keep the body going. For what? What do you got? Good question. I don't know. And then he gets like lost. And then Cristiano Ronaldo has a 14-pack.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's fucking slicing, dicing. That's why I eat avocado. I'll be pumped to hear what it is. Like, was it immediately upon retirement he felt like he was forced into it because of the public pressure, because Schefter and them already announced it? And was he thinking about it, teetering on it? And then whenever it was, publicly out there, did he feel like obligated to do so almost for all his family and friends? Or is this just classic guy who's the most competitive human of all time, realizing what life is like without the chance to compete for every single day to get better and realizing he wanted to get back in there?